All right, we're asked about the domain of these two rational functions when they are composed together. Let's not talk about the domain specifically first. Let's just talk about the composition. And so this f of g, or f composed of g, this is the definition. The idea is we plug the g of x function into the f of x function. So down below here we have the f function and the g function. So just kind of talk about this composition. What we're being asked to do is for f of g of x, we're being asked to replace this x right here with the definition of g of x. Now, as always, we need to simplify this expression. This is a complex fraction, so 1 over 1 over x minus 9 minus 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply each term in this complex fraction, the 1 in the numerator and the 2 in the denominator, by the least common denominator. In this case, there's only one denominator. It's this x minus 9. So we're going to multiply every term by the x minus 9. And then we're going to multiply things out and simplify. The only maybe tricky part is what happens down in the denominator. So first let's clean up the numerator here. 1 times x minus 9 is just x minus 9. And then down in the denominator, what we get is that this x minus 9 that we're multiplying by the 1 over x minus 9 has the effect of canceling these x minus 9's. That's really the reason for multiplying by this x minus 9 because of what happens there. So after the multiplication happens, we just get a 1 left. And then we have minus, and we're going to distribute this negative 5 through, so we get negative 5x plus 45. And then finally, we're just going to clean up that denominator. To get x minus 9 over negative 5x plus 46. Alright, and again what this is the f of g of x, or the f of x function with the g of x function plugged in. Alright, now let's tackle the conversation of domain. What we need to find the domain is this composition that we've just found right here, and we have to look back at the inner function, which is g of x. Again, g of x was 1 over x minus 9. And what we need to find is the domain of this composition is the intersection or the combination of the domain of this inner function and the domain of the second function. And when we talk about domain again, the only thing we'll worry about are what math rules are we breaking. In both these cases, it'll be by division by 0. What we do next is set each of these denominators equal to 0 to find their restricted values. In this g of x, this is the easier of the two. In this case, x can't be 9. And in the composition, we set that denominator equal to 0. And I won't show that work, but what it will come out to be is 46/5. So these are our two domain restrictions, 46/5 and 9. And so the answer, they're asking us to answer with the one that's greater or less than. And so in this case, the 9 is smaller than 46/5. 46/5 is just over 9. And you can always figure that with your calculator. And so our answers for the final problem would be that A equals 9 and B equals 46/5.